I sailed out from Sardis just one day past, Ithkos. Sailed to meet the dawn on Lesbos fair, Ithkos. My merchant's task on this isle is done. I called soft evening for it. Well, what gave me the idea was that the group looked like it needed a large vehicle to try out its combined skills on. If I could compose a large enough piece with enough scope and canvas for people to really get into it and paint what they wanted on the large canvas of it. And so that was the thought in my mind as I went off on holiday to Greece. The theme is the corruption of myth characters kind of put together with fiction. And the plot is about this traveling merchant called Ithkos. I mean, basically he's an adventuring kind of guy. It's kind of easier to listen to a song. If you have a tape of it, you can listen to it in various different ways. You know, perhaps one way, you listen to it the first time thinking if it's like anything you've heard before.
Is this all intro? Is it all intro?
Or you listen to it again thinking if the words are nice and if it's maybe a bit too long. Whereas if somebody just sits down and sings you a song, you tend to get brought into the feeling that this guy is actually, you know, he's emotionally sitting there and singing you this song, you know, and it's not as easy for me to analyse and to get an idea of the actual merit of the song.
Are you intending to do each section as many times as that?
Sorry, I didn't get that.
Are you intending to do each section as many times as that? I mean, I thought it was vastly too long.
Yeah, what you mean
Even allowing for the fact that the sections are not running into each other in the way that they're intended to.
Right, yeah, that's obviously the first point.
I like all the tunes really a lot, from Dreams Fade Now on to the end. I really like the organ theme at the beginning. I thought that was memorable. After the initial guitar riff, I thought it was a really nice tune.
Oh, right.
I think that possibly the themes from Dreams Fade on to the end are either repeated too often, or by that time I was starting to think, well, what the hell is happening? Is there going to be tunes going on during that? Other tunes going on to hold the interest of what?
Oh, well, if one's interest isn't held, yes.
Well, mine wasn't initially. I thought it wasn't mounting in any way, either melodically or. I mean, because there wasn't rhythm, but there wasn't so much going on in that part,
in the context of a group, you've got to listen to that.
Yeah.
Take it as it's got a rhythm guitar and a tambourine.
Yeah, true. I think of it that. There's
no. These are all the tune. That's all the tune stuff. The rest is accompaniment, right? And two solos. So, but obviously not when the words are sung. Well, what happens after we've got the basic song? People know what the song is. They've heard it, and we're going to go off and work on it. Then we have to kind of split the work up and say, right, we'll work on the rhythm section first, and I'll go along and help you. Meanwhile, someone can do something else without me being there. Malcolm can learn the words, and Robin can practice various bits he'd like to play on it without me actually supervising it. So I'd split my time. 1, 2, 3. It's very convenient having the houses up here in Scotland. It gives us some quiet and space to really work on what we're doing. And this particular setup is rather ideal because it's not like a community house. We don't all kind of live in one house. We have 8 small houses in a row, which means that we're all really next door neighbours. Great. So I'll kind of mutter the tune. Right. To get a harmony below it. Right. Okay. In pitch. I'll try and mutter it fairly high. Yeah, well, it's the third above but played below. You know what I mean? Sardis, just one day past. Ithkos. a drop. So it goes.
In the night, while that aching, lovely light shines on, shines on.
Sounds like you're kind of riding on top of it a bit, rather. How's the bass going with your drums? It sounds to me like it's not quite in there.
Yeah, it's a bit frantic.
You kind of seem to be accompanying rather than sitting there.
Well, the whole
sitting in
piece
there.
is a bit frantic, I think. It's
Oh,
really
it's great apart from you, man. Stanley, got it? Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Aphrodite's temple is sweetness and a rack. Bright torches start the night to praise her. Ithkos wipes his mouth and drops
Find the next way to use the ending, like, use the chorus.
Sure.
Find the next way to do on the ending. Stop singing there.
That's the end part. We haven't done much work on that one. You like that?
That's fantastic.
Okay. We did the middle part of the song a little bit. Well, the main difference between rehearsing and performing is the audience. When you're on stage, you're extroverting to the audience out there. You know, you're pushing out to the audience and to yourself. You know, when you're playing something, you think to yourself, did I do that well enough, or should I try it again, or will I remember that piece? Have I really got that piece? It's going to work nice. There comes a point when it's hard to practice it in a small space. You just have to imagine what it's going to be like in a hall.
Sure. Yeah, I think he'll do really well when he does that in a hall, because it's such a kind of epic feel to it. That's the kind of thing he really gets off on, I think.
Yeah.
He'll do great on that.
Yeah, I think he'll really reach to the back.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
Aphrodite's temper is sweet with Sandra. Bright torches stop the night to praise her. Ithkos wipes his mouth and drops the wine skin. Souls wind fresh in my mind. I said souls wind fresh in my mind. Brown eyes as Ithkos, the saddest Juliet heart. The carmine lips of Lesbos failed to through the noisy night. Just one thing song, and that's just one thing song. Just one thing song, match my heart. Match my heart, it's just one thing song, match my
You can't have them like jamming away and Malcolm singing for something, just sitting there and living like that. I was just pushing.
We have this